times. Down through many centuries, Islamic culture has continued to see the garden as a very special place where the human meets further proof of the divine. The development of the garden as a symbol of Islamic ideals flourished most magnificently some 500 to 600 years ago. And that happened, of course, in the warmer climates of southern Asia. And yet, there we were in Edmonton, a decade ago, proposing to extend that lovely eastern and southern tradition at the start of the 21st century to the unique natural environment, somewhat cold, of northern and western Canada. This proposed new garden, to be precise, would be the northernmost Islamic garden ever created. Over the past 9 years, I have been able to watch the dream come true as we agreed on the configuration of the site, assembled a steering committee, chose an architectural firm, and reviewed development plans. And then, with the planning completed, the building process took just some 18 months, finishing on time and on budget, as planners like to point out. Me too. As I look out at this garden today, what I think about, above all, are the people who made it possible, their dedication, their talent, and their remarkable energy. I want them all to know that in celebrating this new garden today, we're also celebrating them. Theirs is a highly valued gift to the generations to come, who also must be privileged by experiencing the spirituality and harmony of multiple life forms. They include construction workers and gardeners, planners and administrators, artists and scholars, architects and designers, including the landscape design firm of Nelson Bird Waltz. They include dedicated members of the Ismaili and other Muslim communities in Alberta and other parts of Canada, the remarkable family of the University of Alberta, government officials at all levels, and those who serve the Arkhan Trust for Culture and the Arkhan Development Network. At the heart of their efforts, of course, was the inspiring power of the Islamic garden itself. For a central part of the garden tradition is the high calling of human stewardship, our responsibility to honor, to protect, and to share the gifts of the natural world. Gardens in this context can be seen not as imitations of nature, but as humanity's interpretations of nature, their geometric structures providing a human framework in which we can experience, in this case, the magnificent fluctuations of the Albertan landscape. The garden of Islamic tradition is also a place where the flow of refreshing water reminds us of divine blessing. It is a place for meditation and quiet renewal. But I would likewise emphasize that the garden through history has also been seen as a social space, a place for learning, for sharing, for romance, for diplomacy, for reflection on the destiny of the human race. And even as we share the garden experience with others, we can feel a connection with those who walked through similar gardens in the past. I would also mention one additional aspect of the particular garden we inaugurate today. It symbolizes not only the creative blending of the natural and the human, but also the beauty of multiple intercultural cooperation. One of the great questions facing humanity today is how we can honor what is distinctive about our separate identities, and at the same time, welcome my diversity of identities as positive elements in our lives. This city and this country have been among the world leaders in providing positive answers to that ancient question. The project we inaugurate today is a beautiful extension of that Canadian tradition. In Canada and in many other places, the Archon Trust for Culture has made a major commitment to creating and renewing important green spaces in recent years. We can look back on 10 recent successes in places ranging from Cairo to Zanzibar, from Toronto to Kabul, from Dushanbe in Tajikistan to Bamako in Mali. In 2018 alone, I helped to inaugurate 3 such garden projects in London, in Delhi, and now here in Alberta. But the story does not end here. In fact, the story of Canadian Islamic Gardens itself is not yet completed. Our plans are now advancing, in fact, for a new park to be developed a few hundred miles southwest of here in Burnaby, British Columbia. Yes, to be sure, it will surpass Edmonton as the westernmost Islamic garden. But of course we can be assured that Edmonton's garden will still have a lasting claim as the northernmost. I've talked about the past today, but I would close by emphasizing the future. It is wonderful, at a moment like this, to think of all those who will visit here in the years to come. Our work now is to sustain this space, to create new experiences, and to meet new challenges. As you walk through these gardens, you will see evidence of the ways in which future generations will be able to make the most of this site. It is our hope and expectation on this special day that the Archon Garden here at the University of Alberta will truly be a gift that keeps on giving. Thank you.